Hi everyone and welcome to the video. First I thought I'd give you a little insight into how I learned these tips that I'm about to give you. It was just over a year ago that I actually made the decision to start a website. Now, it was something that I'd wanted to do for quite some time, and I knew that in doing so it'd be a big learning curve, having to learn all the skills that go into creating and running a website. And although I ended up actually closing the website down, that was when the hosting had actually ran out. I did actually learn a number of important lessons along the way about not only setting up a website or blog, but also maintaining and managing them. So here are the 6 most important lessons that I learned while setting up and running a website. I hope you find them helpful. The first one was to make sure that you choose a good web hosting service and suitable plan for your website. The main hosting service that I would recommend for beginners is Bluehost, as this is the one that I used personally, and I found it very easy to and user-friendly to set up the site and purchase a domain and link the two of them together, and it was all quite easy. HostGator is another very popular web host which not only provides value for money but also is very beginner friendly, as with Bluehost. I've put links to Bluehost and HostGator in the description below so you can check them out. A slight disclaimer as well, those links are affiliate links, which mean that I do make a small commission at no extra charge to you, of course. That's not my main reason for promoting them, but it is there. Another free tip on the back of this is to purchase as long as you can when it comes to hosting, as it does work out cheaper in the long run. One thing that I found out was that when you purchase 12 months, it passes a lot quicker than you think when it comes to having a blog or website. And the second tip that I would give, and this is a very important one, is to create as much content as you can before you even buy a domain or web hosting. Now, in my opinion, this is, as I say, one of the most important things, because what I found is that if you don't do something like this, when you actually set up your website or blog, you're struggling to create content to upload, and if you don't have content to upload to your website, you end up with a bare-looking website with maybe only a couple, or a few actual pieces of content on there. So anybody that then comes across your website will just look at it and think, oh, it's an incomplete site, it doesn't have that much on it, and you don't really want that to happen. So for this reason, I'd personally recommend a minimum of 20 pieces of content to start with, but ideally really do as many as you can. Even if they're just small articles, at least you've got the content to make your site appear more complete, because it can take some time to actually build up quite a bit of content on your site. The third tip that I would give is to choose a popular niche or topic, one that people will actually search for in order to basically help get traffic to your site. Because if you have a website about something that's too niche, or just basically something that people are not going to be searching for, then your website's not going to get the traffic as it would if it was on a more popular niche. Now, you might say some of the niches could be oversaturated, but chances are, if you do a website on a niche that's more saturated, even though it's a more saturated market, that website will possibly get more traffic than a website that would be in a really obscure niche. So that's an important thing. Now, the fourth tip is to start getting a basic understanding of how to use WordPress. This is before you even start with the web hosting. Now, the way that you can do this is that there's a free version that you can use. You just have to visit the website, which is WordPress. I believe it's WordPress.com, and you can actually set up a free account and use it. Now, it doesn't have all the features of the advanced account, but it's enough to help you start to get an understanding of the whole WordPress environment and how it all works basically. That's also a useful tip. The next one, the fifth tip that I have, and this is also a very important one I found, was to use a theme for your website. Now, if you think of a theme as basically a sample or pre-made website, like a template, there's lots of templates for all types of sites. Some of them are more business related, and some are more suitable for blogs. Using a template like this, it'll just save you so much time, as in thinking about, time that you can waste thinking about how the design of the website looks, rather than focusing on creating content, which is the most important element, I believe, because it doesn't matter how pretty a site looks, that's not going to pull the traffic. It's your articles and the keywords that are pulling all the traffic to your website. Some of the better themes you do have to pay for, but there are plenty of free themes that you can choose just to start off with. And you will find that each theme has its pros and cons. Some of the themes have features that other ones don't have. You've just got to basically check them all out and play about with as many as you can and find the one that best suits your needs, basically. Now, the sixth and final tip that I really have is to take action and actually just go ahead and actually do it. Don't procrastinate and just think that the website or blog will just take off, because it's a long game, and like with most things in life, realistically the chance of your site or blog being an overnight success is slim to non-existent. And in order to deal with this, you need to be constantly adding and creating as much good optimized content as you can, as well as using free tools like social media to try and promote your site or blog as much as possible. And if you have some spare money, you can also experiment with using paid traffic via Facebook ads or Google ads, and other ad services. Again, that's like a whole nother video on that topic. If you decide to go ahead and start a blog or website, then I wish you success. But remember, even if you start a website or blog and it's not successful, it's not a loss, as you've not only gained the knowledge and skill about how websites and blogs work, but should you choose to, in the future, to start a website or blog, you've actually got the knowledge to be off to a running start, whereas otherwise you'd be learning everything from scratch, which again costs time, and time, after all, is the most valuable asset that anybody can have. So those are my 6 tips. I hope you find them helpful. Please do comment below and let me know what you think about this video. You can also consider subscribing if you like my videos, but apart from that, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.